Hey guys, Matteo here. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. And in today's video, I want to talk about, do we actually need a new camera? Or better, do we need a new camera that often? Because it seems to me that on YouTube, everybody's trying to push out the latest and greatest, and they make you feel like you need that new camera, you need that new piece of gear. Otherwise, you can't get the job done. And my question is this true? The reality is that I don't really think so. I think what we really need nowadays, especially in 2024, is a good story. It's a good location, good actors, good character, good protagonist. Now, the main point that I want to make here is the camera, they're all incredibly good right now. And I started out with a 550D Canon, like a T2i, and then I moved to the 5D Mark II. Guys, with the 5D Mark II, if I was shooting a subject at sunset against the sun, it would be either completely blown up sky or it would be completely underexposed subject. That thing had like 9 or 8 stops of dynamic range. It was bad. With today's camera, we can all pointing the camera at a sunset and have a subject in between the sun and the lens. And if we know what we're doing in terms of exposure, we can get the perfect exposure both on the face and in the sky without the need of anyone. No assistance, no reflector, nothing. And this to me is what people should think about. The dynamic range is good enough in every single camera. Do we really need to keep thinking about cameras and thinking that if we don't have a red, we're not gonna be able to do something in a certain way, or if we don't an ARRI, we can obtain the same look? If we go back to the documentary I just uploaded, for example, I'm not Roger Deakins, it's not an Oscar-winning movie, but when you think that for that documentary, I used my Leica R35, the 6K full frame without any accessories, just internal batteries and ND on it, and I shot it completely by myself, pulling focus by hand. I didn't even have a follow focus for that matter. It was just me and the camera. And I think it came out pretty good. I was able to tell a story. And I think this is where we should think of going. We should not think about, oh, what can I do with an ARRI Alexa? We should think about, what can I do with what I have? And push the boundaries of what we can do with a $2,000 camera. But of course, we also need to work a little bit more towards the skill, toward pulling focus manually, towards exposing right, toward the contrast, creating contrast on the subject, creating depth, creating all these sort of things, which are way more important than a piece of gear, because every single camera now, it is good enough. And guys, I'm talking specifically more to the younger generation right here, like young filmmakers that are approaching this industry for the first time maybe, or they're already in there and they're thinking, oh, I need an ARRI Alexa, I need a red, I need all this big expensive camera, because I see that on Instagram all the top DP use an ARRI Alexa. And I've been through that period as well. And when I was younger, again, the gap was a little bit bigger between, like, for example, the first generation Ursa and then ARRI Alexa. It was a massive gap. Now that gap is not there anymore, in my opinion. And also, I'm in a place where I can comfortably afford an ARRI Alexa, but I decided not to buy it because I don't really need it. Maybe I'm just getting older and I'm getting into a situation where I'm like, look, I know how to shape light. I know how to obtain the best out of this camera. Yeah, maybe some agencies still want an ARRI Alexa, still want an ARRI. This could be another argument, but I think we're getting away from that very slowly as well. And this is also proved by the price reduction that all these big cameras are having. Yes, the Mira is a very old camera, but guys, 3 years ago, an ARRI Mira package was going for $25,000, $27,000. Right now, I just saw an Amira package for $8,000. I saw an ARRI Alexa Mini package for $13,000. At the end of the story, what I just wanted to tell you guys, don't felt the need to have to go into depth, to spend that much money on a camera, because now more than ever, we don't really need it. Get something and really know the camera, because it's only if you know the camera amazingly well that you're gonna be able to take out the maximum from that camera. You have to know the ISO, you need to know where it performs best, you need to know what shutter angle, you need to know what kind of exposure, underexposing, overexposing. So this kind of stuff is way more important than what camera you're using. And there you have it, guys. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do we really need a new camera? I think all we need is a great story, great skills. That to me is way more valuable than any other expensive camera or lenses out there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.